Hey, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the King Penny Podcast. This is episode number 4, and we're going big today. First I want to shout out to the people who participated in the King and Queen of the Rocky Squat competition. We had 2 winners, Brianna and Braden. Hey, they killed the game, man. A lot of reps, man. Just surprised by the females that squatted 135, in the 30s and the high 20s in a minute and stuff like that. And the guys, too, who did the 275, man. Like, the guys really pushed themselves. The max on the squat was 635. Guy really brought it, man, deep in the bucket, man. So I want to give them a shout out. Also, too, I want to say it while I'm saying it. Next month, we're going to do deadlifts, okay? So probably around the 15th of July. So be looking for that flyer to come out. Hey, so today on the podcast, we got a special guest who's going to talk to us all about insurance, man. Hey, this is the guy you need to know. I've been knowing him for a while. We just reconnected here recently. It's been great to see how his progression and his evolution as a career man, a family man. The positivity of him has always been there. Oh, and a super competitor as well. We'll talk about that later. Hey, man, I'd like to guys welcome, man, our guest.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man. So let's start off with your name.
Yeah, I'm Chris Contreras. Yep.
Okay. And where are you from?
Denver, Colorado. Grew up out here. Moved out here when I was about 8 years old from Albuquerque, New Mexico. But I grew up out here, man. It's my home. So, yeah.
Yeah. What's the family status look like? You single? You married?
I'm married. I'm engaged, but practically married, man. Happily, you know what I mean? Been with her for about 10 years. 2 kids, 8-year-old and a 6-week old. Yeah, man. So a lot of restless nights, not getting too much sleep. But hey, man, the grind don't stop.
I heard that, man. Happy Father's Day,
Thank
by the
you.
way, man.
Appreciate it. Likewise, man. Thank you.
Congratulations on the new one, man.
Thank you.
So I already set you up with the insurance thing.
Yeah.
But what is it that you actually do for a living? What's the...
Yeah, so I'm an Allstate agent. I work for Allstate. So yeah, we sell everything. We're licensed in all 4 lines: property, casualty, life and health. Property and casualty as homes, landlords policies, all the toys, autos, 4x4s, everything you have, man. Besides health insurance, we sell everything besides health. So.
And what's the coverage area of your...
Everything in Colorado. So I'm bound in Colorado, so I can write anything in the Colorado state lines. Every state you kind of go to, you have to get licensed in those states.
And you have clients down here as well?
Yeah, in Longmont, Berthoud. I got a lot of friends that I play cornhole with up here in Longmont, so got a lot of clients through that way. So yeah, man, shout out to them.
Oh man, you gonna shout out the cornhole competition? Man.
Hey man, it's a fun game, man.
And I was telling you that I seen them dudes on ESPN.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. It's not just barbecue anymore, man. These guys are legit, man. Hey, man. I'm telling you.
They want to get like a sponsorship or something.
Yeah, man, it's nuts, man. All kinds of different sponsorships, bro. It's getting paid to play cornhole, bro. It's getting crazy.
We talk sports a lot, you know what I mean? Because he just came from a golf tournament as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The guy's super competitive, has a lot going on and stuff like that.
Man.
So how did you get into insurance work?
So I saw my parents kind of grow up with it. And we grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Not a lot of money, not a ton of money, but I saw them come out here and kind of go from the bottom to the top as a child, going from food stamps to a good living. You know what I mean? It kind of inspired me as a kid, saying, "Hey, wait a minute," you know what I mean? This might be onto something. So that kind of just always kind of caught my eye and went from there. So yeah, man.
But what do insurance agents do? What's like a day-to-day like?
So pretty much what you do is you pretty much quote people. So you try to quote people on the same type of coverage that they have now, and if we can save you money, it's a no-brainer. You have the same coverage and you're saving money. You're going to win them no matter what. But that's pretty much it, man. And not only that, but when you have a certain company to back you, like Allstate, State Farm, certain names that are known, people trust the name. They know that they're not going to get if they have a claim or something, their company's not going to leave them hanging. You know what I mean? So they're going to have the money and the power to back them.
No, that's
you
good.
know.
That's
so
good.
Yeah.
So let me shoot this myth out here. This is a question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, does insurance go by your credit report?
It can. It goes off a bunch of different type of factors. It goes off of how many claims you tend to turn in. It comes off of your driving record, your credit report, things like that, because they want to know what kind of person you are and how if you're more likely to turn in claims on small stuff, if you're likely to maybe not turn in a claim if it's right there on the brink. You know what I mean? It just kind of depends on a character report almost, if you will. You know what I mean? So they want to know what kind of person they're writing and what type of rate you're going to get back.
And how do you deal with that when clients aren't happy with the rate, or they
It's tough to tell because there's certain times where we just can't flat out beat the rate, but that's when you sell the name of Allstate, and you kind of tell them, hey, you never know the quality of the company you have until you need them the most, until you have to turn in the claim. It's nothing worse than turning in a claim and saying, sorry, we're not going to cover you on this point, versus having a name that's credible that you do turn in a claim and they're saying, don't worry about it, everything's taken care of, we're going to get you a rental, we're going to get this taken care of for you. So you never know the quality of the company until you actually need them the most. You know what I mean? So that's what it comes down to.
Hit him with the Suge Knight.
And I'm telling you, hey, that's what it is.
What he say? You never know what you need, so you need it.
That's what it's
okay, Suge. All right.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But But so you're saying you quoting people, whatnot like that. Are you actively are you cold calling people? Are people contacting you? Are you getting leads from the generator from the internet? Are you?
Yeah. So
how are you?
So basically, when you first start off, there's a lot of companies that'll sell you leads. So a lot of people will call and say, hey, they're interested in the quote, and give them a call. You have to pay for those leads, and a lot of times they're $30, $40 a piece. And sometimes they're not all that great. But fortunate enough for us, we've been in the business for probably about 8-9 years, and we have a lot of word of mouth. So our book of business has expanded to a point where our clients are telling other people about us, and we're just kind of growing from that. So we haven't had to make cold calls in quite a while, but that's exactly where you start. Yeah, you absolutely. You start from making calls, man, sending emails, and grinding, So
what do you do when it's slow? What do you do? Because I'm sure it fluctuates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like any business does,
When it's slow, you definitely try to reach out as much as you can. Social media is a big standpoint. We're always posting stuff on social media. We're always trying to reach out to people that were once with us that are no longer with us, saying, hey, give us a chance to quote you again, things like that. And not only that, but other than the sales aspect from it, it really comes down to service too. People changing out cars, people have hail claims, people need to change billing, people want to know why the rates are gone up, people want to know what it's like if they change their coverage from full coverage to liability or vice versa. So there's a ton of service involved with it too. But sales is really mainly, that's our bread and butter, has been going back on our previous clients that were once with us. We'll reach back out and say, hey, hopefully we built that type of respect and rapport that they'll say, hey, of course we remember you guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and quote it again. Let's move from there. So that's kind of...
So you mentioned hail.
Yeah.
And that's been a crazy thing
Huge,
this year.
Man. Yeah.
And whatnot like that. My question for you is, because, my vehicle does have a whole lot of hail damage.
Yeah.
If I do file the claim for hail damage, right, is it going to raise my rate down the line? Like the next time I go to... get a policy or is this going to be reflected because the hail damage?
Absolutely not. And actually, it's crazy because what makes a car full coverage is comprehensive and collision. So comprehensive is considered an act of God. It's considered hail damage, is considered theft, vandalism, a windshield, getting a crack in your windshield, vehicle getting stolen, anything other than collision pretty much. And those are considered act of gods or something that's out of your control. So it's not something that'll reflect you personally. So you can turn in as many comprehensive claims as what happens, I should say, and nothing will affect you personally. So it's way different than getting into an accident that was your fault, or running a red light and you hit somebody. Then that's going to, of course, reflect you and your driving habits, but comprehensive will not. So that's a good, not a lot of people know that. So I'm glad you brought that up.
That. And also, too, what is other things that... What are things that insurers would like the clients to know?
Yeah, what I tell my friends and family that are with us, and even pretty much anybody that'll listen, is a good keynote, man. If you have full coverage in your vehicle right now, hey, if we're not your agent, call your agent and just say, hey, I have full coverage. I have a $500 deductible. Maybe I have a $1,000 deductible. What would it cost me to drop that to a zero? Okay, if I get a crack in my windshield and I got to replace my windshield, which, by the way, it's crazy. My wife has a GMC Acadia, man, and it shows a little speedometer on the windshield, and it has to be calibrated and everything every time we replace it. That thing is $800. We dropped ours to a $0 deductible. If it gets a crack through it, you have a $0 deductible to pay, and our bill went up, I think, $15 a month, especially in the hail damage season that we're in now. It's definitely worth doing, at least checking into and seeing how much it would be more a month, because it could save you hundreds of dollars going down the line. So tip of the whole podcast, man, check with your agent to see how much it would be to drop that to a zero. Also check to see how much it would be to drop your roadside assistance to get a tow somewhere, and how much that is. It's like $1 a month It's ridiculous. It's foolish not to have it, in my opinion.
Look at you.
Yeah, man.
Plug and stuff.
Hey, man.
And you did a soft flex with your wife's car with the speedometer on the windshield.
That's
I was like, oh, okay, look, I'm way back there. Oh, so she got the speedometer on the windshield. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay.
Man, I'm telling you.
So how do you stay up, right, with the regulations and the different insurance? I mean, I'm sure the rules and things change all the time. Are you guys like in classes? Are you guys like...
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, to be to sell insurance in Colorado, you have to renew your license every 2 years. So you have most companies require you to have four types of lines of insurance, which is property, casualty, life, and health, and you have to renew those every 2 years. So you have to take continuing education classes. You have to pass certain courses to just keep your license up to date. So you obviously have to know what's changing in the state, what factors are coming into play. So you have to stay up on that when you first get licensed, and 2 years after that going forward. So,
so you've been in this field for a while. What's like the most satisfying part of your job?
Most satisfying, man, to be real, is I've been in sales my whole life, but with insurance especially, is being there when someone needs you the most, man. When somebody says, hey, man, I just totaled my car, I got into an accident, I don't know how I'm going to take my kids to school. I don't know what I'm going to do to get to work. And to be able to tell them, hey, you have full coverage. We're going to take care of it for you. We have a rental. You have rental coverage on your policy as well. We're going to take care of that. We actually have it lined up as soon as you drop it off at the shop. And just being there when people are on a panic or don't know what to do, and you're just there to help them and be that kind of type of feel, you know what I mean, is the most satisfying for sure. So that's the best part of the job, in my opinion, is being there when they need you the most.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So for a young up-and-coming person, or even an older person or whatever like that, what advice would you give them if they're trying to break into the insurance field, or if they need, what kind of traits would they need, what kind of work ethic, or...
If you're interested in getting to the insurance field, what I'd recommend is to jump in an office, man. I would recommend to stop by and just try to get a job in an insurance office in general. Kind of check out the lingo, check out the atmosphere, check out how everything's running, and see if it's something you're interested in. If it is something you're interested in and say, hey, I can see myself doing this, best thing for you to do is to get licensed, because you really bring a value to whatever office you're going to be a part of when you have property, casualty, life, and health, or even property and casualty in general. And you can get those licenses online, man. You can FX online, FX.com is where I got my license on. You basically study it, then you go to the state and take the test, you pass the test, you get your license. When you go to an insurance office and say, hey, I have my license, I'm ready to get involved, then you can actually get commissioned off of insurance sales and kind of go from there. But first and foremost, I'd recommend just to kind of get involved, or just stop in an office and kind of see what it's like, and if you can see yourself being there. If you can, then get licensed, man. Just, go for it, But as far as characteristics and things you need, pretty much like any sales, type of thing, don't quit. You know what I mean? A good salesman is going to hear no and not lose enthusiasm and keep going and going and going. That's the thing you need in every sales job, but it's, insurance as well, it definitely does come into play. So.
No, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
But also, too, I want to shift the conversation. I want to come right back.
Yeah.
But I want to shift the conversation to offer some insight as to how we know one another.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean? Look, a smile comes on your face. Like, we're not going to get into the details of it all and everything like that.
Yeah.
But, I used to live a certain type of way, and I used to, do a lot of different things that maybe were unhealthy, not the best,
absolutely.
way of
Likewise,
living
man.
and everything like that. How did you move from that to where you are now? Like, how did the shift come about?
Yeah.
And what motivated you to do that?
To be honest with you, it was what kind of woke me up was having my daughter, man. You know what I mean? Kind of having somebody rely on you and say, hey, man, you need to wake up and start, making some moves and start, being there for your family and things. And when you have somebody relying on you, like your wife or your daughter or kids and stuff, it really kind of either motivates you or I guess doesn't. But it definitely motivated me to kind of make that pivot and take life seriously, if you will. So that's kind of what hit me.
But I want to, because the main thing, and honestly, why I asked you to come on here, because a lot of some of the other friends have moved in a different or the same, further in the same direction that we used to be on, but you found a way to step away from that, and focus on something that is And I see a lot of the pictures and things like that,
Yeah.
and, you know, like the new family and things like you've moved in a better, healthier direction.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I want to make sure that you're applauded for that.
Well, right
You know
on,
what I'm
man. I
saying?
appreciate
Like, 'cause
that.
I see it. A couple of other friends mentioned it and things like that. And I know that we haven't always been as close or as connected as we have.
Yeah.
But people still have eyes on you. They like all the stuff you be. They were showing me the stuff from all the Nuggets games and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and
man.
You hey, look here, the guy up front. Hey, it's the guy up front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man. But I just want to applaud you on that.
I appreciate that, man.
And, you know, taking your family and your career serious and just life in general now, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's motivating for other people as well. And I'm hoping anybody watching this can,
Absolutely.
you know, see that they can move in a different route, man.
Definitely.
And find a new enjoyment in life versus
Absolutely.
unhealthy, you know.
Going in the same direction bad, you know, going in the same direction fast. And that's the kind of person I am, and I still know that I am. You know what I mean? I can zoom in on a certain area that can take me in a bad direction really fast, or I can zoom in a direction where it can take me, you know, advancing fast. It's just a matter of where's that focus at. And that's kind of what I made a point to change was if I change my environment and change who I'm around, it'll change my future. You know what I mean? So it kind of just made a point to me to stop hanging around certain people, change your environment, and just kind of double down on the people that you want to be like. You know, show me your friends, and I'll show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. You know what I mean? It just there's some truth to that, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talks about wanting to be loyal to day ones and all this stuff, which is true. But if you're not the leader of that relationship or being able to guide that relationship in a positive direction, then that direction is going to bring you down. You know what I mean? You got to be man enough or woman enough to make that choice and kind of double down and change some things, or you know, you'll stay the same, man. You know what I mean?
And this is why we had him here.
Hey,
Motivation 101.
I just saying,
Hey,
man.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Wait, Young Jeezy at what? Motivation 101 something. Point something. Nah, man, but it's really good, bro. It's really good. So now I want to shift back. So what are your short-term goals or your long-term goals? Where are you at with that?
So I got a couple different ones, man. I mean, I definitely have some personal goals. I have some business goals. My business goals, man, I eventually... I just moved, and the reason why it's on top of my mind is because the rent kept going up every time, or every 3-year lease that we had, and I want to eventually own my own strip mall, man. So that's the business side of goals, you know, by it, but it costs quite a bit of money, man. So that's still in kind of in motion that goes, but yeah, man. As far as personal goals, I just have a 6 week old. And man, I'm trying to get in the weight pile of the Rockies, man. Go see my boy Penny. You know what I'm saying? Get me looking, man. Look at this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? So trying to drop a quick 40, man. So that's just my personal goals. But as far as business goals, that would probably be it. You know, and just growing the agency in general. Right now, it's just myself and my mother who are owners of the Allstate agency, and you know, just kind of growing from there. They're looking to retire here soon, and I'm looking to keep it moving and to keep everything that I know maybe I can pass down to other people, and also help grow the business that we're in. So
no, that's super cool, man. But I do want to ask you about the strip mall thing you mentioned. You know, I mean, where did that come from? Like that.
Really, I mean, I got a couple friends who, not a couple. I got one friend that I know of that started buying strip malls and started buying things. And he was telling me how much the equity is going to go up on that building, and just all kinds of insight. And made me actually purchase a home not too long ago, about 3 years ago, because I heard about equity. Man, it was all new news to me. But yeah, man, just kind of instead of paying rent and seeing it go up, I think average was 15% a year. And it never goes down. It'll always keep going up. You know what I mean? So it was like, man, I got to get in this and I got to own something, you know? And then not only that, my fiance is a cosmetologist, so she cuts hair for a living. She loves dyeing, balayage. I learned all these terminologies that she does: baby lights, low lights, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Doing hair. But what beneficial would it be if we have an Allstate agency and a salon and maybe some other businesses that we like doing in the same mall? And not only that, you're making equity doing it. You know what I mean? So that kind of turned me on to that. And that's in motion, man. So hopefully be continued, part 2, maybe in a couple years, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll have the podcast up in there.
Hey,
King
man.
Penny, and we got our strip mall going, man. You know what I'm saying? With the weight pile of the Rockies in the back. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I've never heard of anyone that this is, you know what I mean, a strip mall.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's great, like, you know what I mean, outside of Nipsey. Look, outside of Nipsey, like, you know what I mean?
man,
But I mean, I could see what benefits it could bring to a community.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, especially like, good healthy things, good places, good food, good, you know what I mean, and you being in control of what the community. And I wonder if you looked at it like that.
Yeah.
Because you will kind of be, like owning a strip mall, you'll kind of be in control of what is allowed to be in that community.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, a lot of people like liquor stores, stuff like that. I mean, you would have control over, hey, look here.
We're having that or we're not.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
you know what I mean? So it's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, 100%. I never thought of it like that, man. You're right.
You got to look down the line.
Yeah, 100%. Something you're proud of, too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because, I mean, it's going to carry your name. It's going to carry your legacy. And so you might want to think about that, you know what I mean, as you embark on that path. And I'm wishing you all the best and success in that.
I appreciate it, man.
And then, so my last question would be, so what has working in insurance contributed to your life or to your, you know what I mean, have you lifestyle changes or your, just overall, just your skill set as a man?
Yeah.
What has insurance done for you?
To be honest, it really kind of allowed me to bump elbows with the right type of people, man. And people that I wouldn't normally talk to, or even kind of the same reason why I got into golf when you mentioned playing golf, is I got into it to bump elbows with different connections, different type of people, to kind of talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to about certain things, business, other Allstate agents, what you're doing that I'm not, what I'm doing that you're not, and kind of working together and building each other up. But yeah, man, I mean, working in the business has really has helped with financial freedom somewhat, not to the place where obviously we want to be at quite yet. We're not reaching the goal yet, but and just meeting certain people that I never would meet, man. And Ivy League or college people going to college and things like that, which I never did, but Allstate and insurance industry definitely kind of embarked that on me, and just being able to contact people I never would normally talk to, man, and it's definitely beneficial. So, to answer the question like that, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just it's all positive. There's no negative that being in the insurance field has brought to me. So definitely would recommend if you are thinking that way. So.
No, like I said, man, I want to thank you.
No,
I want to thank you for sitting down, taking the time to talk and explain things, especially
thank you, man.
You know what I mean? Like, guys, hey, I just got a policy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know that you could for $1 add this.
Oh yeah,
and I definitely will look out.
Let's take a look, man.
I definitely will look into that. But yeah, hopefully that's informative for everyone else. But I do, like I said, I do want to congratulate you on the baby.
Appreciate that, man.
On the
Thank
engagement,
so
on the life change and the, you know what I mean, the career and everything like that, man. I want to wish you all the best going forward. You're already winning, so I mean, it's kind of I'm late to the train to congratulate you.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man.
And,
thank you so much.
You know what I mean? Like, man, all the things that you're doing, man, is great, man. You've always been positive, like I said. Man, only good things can come from that.
I appreciate it.
I want to plug the last thing. So how can people get in contact with you? What's the best way to?
Yeah, best way, man. Phone number 303-699-3327. We're out in Aurora, Colorado, pretty much off of Parker Road and 225. But most are done over the phone. We'll go ahead and quote you if that's something you're interested in. Shopping your rates. Quotes are always free. You can always give us a call. Shoot us an email. My email is Chris, CHRIS. Contreras, CONTRERAS at allstate.com. So just Chris Contreras at allstate.com. No dots or anything between the first and last name. But yeah, man, quotes are always free. So give us an opportunity to save you some money. I'm the type of person that's going to tell you, we can't save you some money at this time, but let's try again in 6 months. I'm not going to BS you over the phone or anything like that. The main thing with insurance and what we stand by is being able to build that trust and to know, hey, I can't save you money at this time, but let's try again in 6 months, So we'll be up front and center with you and go from there, man. Create a win-win situation. If we can save you money and move forward, then it's win-win. If not, then we'll wait 6 months and try it again. The thing with insurance is every companies will fluctuate. So you might have a good rate now, but in 6 months that might change, and Allstate might take a rate decrease. This company might take an increase, decrease. So it all fluctuates throughout. So definitely keep your current company honest and check them out, man. Check out different companies and check out those quotes. So
Well, it sounded like you had a commercial ready to go already. Hey,
Are you in good
look
hands?
here. Hey, look at you in good hands. Hey, man, this is Big Chris, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, I'm King Penny. Thank you for tuning in to this fourth episode of King Penny Podcast. Like I say, stay tapped into the Wave Pile on the Rockies, man. 1610 Main Street, open twice daily.
Yes.
1 in the morning from 7:30 to 11, and then again from 3:30 to 7. 7 days a week, all free. Come get your workout in, man.
Absolutely.
I'm going to sit here and finish talking to Chris, man, trying to figure out how I can become the new All-State guy, man. You guys have a great day,
yeah,
man.
check out them deadlifts, man. Coming what is
Next,
it?
next month, probably around the 15th. I'll put the flyer out this week, man. Hey, wish you guys all the best, man. Have a good one, man. King Penny.